Electroneum is a crypto-based company, and they've been talking about expanding overseas. And with me is CEO and founder Richard Ells. And Richard, it's great to see you again and get an update on what Electroneum is doing.
Of course, wonderful. Thank you for inviting me on. Very kind of you. Nice to see you again. It's been busy. We're always crazy busy here. I think any new business is always going to be crazy busy. But when you're in a brand new industry as well as a brand new business, it's always going to be even more hectic. And I say new. I mean, we're nearly full with Electroneum and ETN has been started development in 2016. So one of the older cryptos, I suppose. Mm-hmm. But yeah, still new project.
Now, I know, and we've talked a few times, you really have this focus on bringing crypto to the unbanked. And I remember when we talked, you were focusing a lot on Turkey as well as some other countries. How is that going? And how has the pandemic impacted that? Is it accelerated it, slowed it down? What's been the impact you've felt?
Well, yeah, when we set the whole thing up, we knew we wanted to make cryptocurrency really easy to access. And lots of people have said that their cryptocurrencies are for the unbanked. But it's easy to say and not so easy to do. So we set about right at the very beginning to make it very, very easy to get access to it. So we based the whole thing on smartphone ownership. So you don't need to own a desktop or a laptop. It's really easy to use. It's really easy to understand. So we've only got 2 decimal places rather than Bitcoin or most others have got 8 decimal places. So they're not very human things. We built an instant payment system. So we built these things to make it work in the real world. Loads and loads of countries, got lots of African adoption, but all over Southeast Asia, India, South America. We just topped over 4 million users. So yeah, adoption is good.
The ETN adoption, so you talked about how well that's going. There are a lot of crypto projects that talk about that, but can't quite execute it. So how are you able to do that?
Well, we did a few things. The first part that I just mentioned a little bit of, which is building an instant payment system. That was the most critical part to gaining adoption, I think, because you can't really use most cryptocurrencies in the real world. If you imagine walking into a coffee shop and trying to buy some coffee with some ETH or with some BTC, with Bitcoin or Ethereum, you've got a consensus mechanism on their blockchain which you have to wait for. So it might take you 40 minutes for Bitcoin to clear, as it were, before you can walk out with your cold cup of coffee. They weren't really designed for that, truth be known. And don't get me wrong, I'm not having a go at either of those projects. I love both of those projects, of course, very passionate about them. But that's not really what they were designed to do. Whereas what we did is we designed ours from the ground up to be used by people. So the first thing we did is build an instant payment system that enables people to use it there and then. So you go bleep and you walk away with whatever it is you've got, street vendors' food or from a local store or just person to person or person to anything else, airtime top-ups or anything. And we built an API system as well, so it makes it really easy to integrate with us. Most people in e-commerce know about APIs and they understand it, but very few people understand blockchain. So we've just made it really easy to use.
Would you say it's mass adoption? Have you gotten there yet?
No, I probably wouldn't say mass adoption. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, wow, you got 4 million is a large number in crypto." A lot of people really question that number. We've got 2.7 million. With that now, I think it must be more like 2.9 million app downloads on Android. We've actually got about 4.6 million registered users, but there were quite a few bots in there that we cleared out. But we've literally genuinely got millions of users, and I think a lot of people doubted those figures. So we brought somebody in from a company called Cointelligence, who was a known scam buster. His name's On Yavin, and we said, look, dig into our databases, have a look, and you'll soon see that these are real numbers.
Okay, interesting. Now, also, you've recently been the first cryptocurrency to voluntarily adopt KYC AML, so know your customer, anti-money laundering, and you've applied for FCA registration. So you're going to tell me what that is and okay. How do you think that will benefit the company?
Okay, well, I'm a bit of a libertarian. I think most people in crypto are. But that being said, I'm also a businessman. I've been in business for 20 plus years, and I understand the real world. And the real world lives and breathes on regulations, rules, and law. And so I saw straight away that actually regulations are coming for crypto, whether we like it or not. So we looked at what was coming at the time in 2017. There was a thing called the fourth European Anti-Money Laundering Directive. What had just been published that was yet to be implemented was called the fifth European Anti-Money Laundering Directive. So we just picked that up, wrote our AML system, our KYC system around that, knowing that one, it would drop into the fintech sector in London, which is where we're based, and secondly, that at some stage it would be picked up and pushed into the crypto asset world. And that's literally just happened now. So we've in the UK, we have something called the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority, very similar to the SEC in the States. And they are not yet regulating cryptocurrency, but they are asking all crypto asset companies to register with them, and they are overseeing their AML and KYC compliance. So we knew this was coming way ahead. So 2 years in advance, we knew it was coming, and we built a system to handle it.
If I'm correct, you are the only cryptocurrency that is partnered with a mobile network operator. And what did it take to get there? How does that help accelerate adoption?
One of the reasons we looked at mobile networks in the first place was because we were obviously a smartphone app, so there's a sort of natural affinity with mobile network operators. But also, in lots of places around the world, especially where there are unbanked, airtime has been used as a digital payment mechanism in itself.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you. It is great to see you, even if it's on Zoom, and hope to meet in person, and best of luck with everything you've accomplished so far.
Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. It's nice to see you again, and hopefully we'll catch up in Malta.
In New York and Malta and London, somewhere when all this settles down. So great to see you. Richard Ells, CEO and founder of Electroneum.